Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackland. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientists, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. I may sound down, and it's because I chose Sniper Special Ops to put in the poll. We watched it. It's my fault. I apologize. Rob, how you doing? Bob, explain the movie.
Well, I'm doing great. I'm actually doing a Steven Seagal impersonation right now.
Sitting.
In that I will be sitting for the next 2 hours. Bob, you want to tell us what this historically accurate military movie's about?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Sniper Special Ops, if that's the real name. The title card on the movie says something Italian, so I'm not sure if I got the right movie.
Yeah.
But so as far as I can tell, soldiers go to rescue a guy, and there's a shootout.
Yeah.
And then soldiers go to rescue a truck, and there's a shootout. And then soldiers go to rescue the sniper, and there's a shootout. And that's the movie.
That is exact. That's it.
That's about the size of it.
Very well explained. We'll go into further depth when we do our limerick in a little bit, but for now, I guess we'll throw it to YouTube so we can get a taste for how people felt about it, at least the ones paying for it on YouTube.
Sitting on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. Sounds awfully familiar.
It's good, though.
No, it isn't. YouTube comments. I'll do the short ones first, and then I'll end with the 2 long ones. That work for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1. The world's first active duty 70-year-old 300-pound sniper who was soaked in a gallon of hair dye. Number 2. God himself couldn't have crafted a masterpiece quite like this.
Fair.
Number 3. Petition to make Steven Seagal an operator in Call of Duty Warzone. Now, I did something different. I have 2 long ones now, and I have the responses to them. Well, the select responses from them, because it went on for a while. Number 1. When you think modern American war films, you think of movies such as The Hurt Locker and American Sniper that tell riveting stories on the war on terror. I would argue that this film deserves the same respect, if not more. In this cinematic masterpiece, the audience is immersed in a state-of-art combat scenes and visual effects, with every actor truly embedding themselves in their role. Throughout the movie, it truly feels like the characters on screen are real people with incredible dialogue and character development. The director of this new classic envelops numerous complex themes and symbolism into his work, revealing a complex analysis of the war on terror and America's future in the Middle East. This movie is a must-watch for any true film connoisseur and is truly moving. Now, there's 3 replies to that I picked. Number 1, are you okay, man? Number 2, I'm waiting for the punchline. Number 3, Mr. Seagal, is that you? And I have one more. Right. I like how his weapon skills are such that he could shoot a high-caliber bolt-action sniper rifle with not only 0 recoil, but no movement at all whatsoever. The trigger doesn't even move. He just sends a telepathic message to the round, telling it to strike its own primer, leave the casing, travel down the barrel while following the lands in grooves so it can twist for full velocity, egress quickly and enter the body of whoever combatants he so chooses. Yes, combatant is pluralized for a reason, and it's because he could use 1 round to eliminate multiple targets at once. And then, and then the reply to that was, "That's an elite sniper, don't you know? He became one with the weapon." So I think they all knew the assignment on this one.
Like yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah. Most of them do, except for that
one guy. Yeah,
except for that one guy.
Which might have been the sniper in the movie himself. We're not too sure. Let's throw out to test number 1, the worst of its kind.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass.
The worst.
And it hurts.
Of its kind.
I've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
If you can believe it, there's a 79 in Seagal cinema history, and it's Under Siege.
Under Siege, yeah.
Hey, we did that one.
Didn't we?
Machete.
No, it absolutely does not. Machete with Danny Trejo was 70.
Okay.
Here's another one we did. This is Lionheart, JCVD, a 39. Rob, where can they find these ones we did?
www.theworstmovieevermade.com, and that's Lionheart's with the other Van Damme. that we're watching.
The other Van Damme, yeah.
Robert Van Damme or whoever's in this one.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam. Safe with Jason Statham, a 60.
Yep.
Black Hawk Down with Josh Hartnett and Ewan McGregor is 77, giving us an average of 65. How did Sniper Special Ops do?
Just based on the YouTube comments, I'm not going to do my usual bullshit and base it on what the mentally ill people on YouTube say. This has to be like single digit, like a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna go even lower and say a 5.
Okay, so it got a 15. According to the audience,
no critical
it was
score.
not rated by any critics.
Oh,
So
okay.
after averaging, I think if I divided 15 into 2 correctly, I have 7.5, which is what I do if they don't have a critic score. We just assume because critics tend to be more harsh. So a negative 57.5 and worst of its kind, a very high score, maybe highest of the season so far. We'll see how it stacks against our current season champion when we head to our movie comparison later. For now, we are going to give you those limericks I mentioned in test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
But for all you Hulkamaniacs that haven't seen No Holds Barred yet, I'm making a list, and I'm checking it twice, and you better go see No Holds Barred. Otherwise, I'll body slam you when I see you. Hulkamaniacs, what you gonna do when No Holds Barred runs wild on you?
Test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
I would like to go first. It's been a while since I went
shoot.
first, and I'm really happy about mine. There once was a fat bayou-sounding man, a boom-boom chubby choom-choom with a plan. In the heat of the moment, this land whale's shitty fat tits were smoking from the friction of his fatigues on his ham.
Damn, dude. Fuck, why'd you go first? How were you supposed to follow that up?
That's all part of my con.
Well, Bob, can you go next so I don't have to?
Sure, I'll go next. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Did I just watch? Wake me up with a swift kick to the crotch. A movie as pointless as this has forced me to reminisce about a superior movie called End of Watch.
Wow, it's true.
Wow.
It is true. Man, I hate that. I hate that that's true because I hate End of Watch. I also hate that I'm going last because mine's not as good as either of yours. Steven Seagal, the Sniper Special Ops. He's really just sitting around dusting the crops. The movie happens without him, even though it's about him. A Seagal action flick without acting or karate chops.
Oh, fuck. I'm going team win on this one. That was all 3 were good.
How about a team win like 4.5, just so there's wiggle room?
I love it. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Team win 4.5. Okay, great job.
All good. Chris, don't be hard on yourself. That was good.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good job, guys. Good job. We all did great. Especially me. Let's throw it to test number 3, the most offensive.
Oh, Jimmy, don't even
Well,
worry
no,
about
no,
it.
no, look at me. Don't think about anything. I want to ask you a question. You can pull it in here. Did you notice a sign on the front of my house? George? Did you? That's why.
The most offensive. Hooray.
Manhandling the media.
Okay, you talking about the check? The journal?
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant, what was his name? Mosby?
Mosby?
I kept thinking about How I Met Your Mother, so I think it's like Mosby. That's
Yeah, I
Ted's
think
name.
it's Mosby.
Yeah.
She comes out of nowhere, starts taking pictures, which is her right because she was given permission to be on duty on the campsite or whatever. And this dude just like fucking grabs her by the arm and pulls her aside, and he's like, "You don't take pictures of my boys or whatever," you know. Number 2, seriously sweaty stars, except Seagal. He wasn't sweat at all. How's that?
Oh, he probably was.
He what?
He probably was under all that stuff.
9 pounds of foundation.
Yeah, through the foundation. Number 3, Bashir being banished to the back of the big rig. The translator guy gets shoved into the back of the 18-wheeler with the ammo while everybody else gets to sit up front.
Yeah,
Where he's
there
most
was-
vulnerable because of fucking tinderbox.
Yeah, right.
And there wasn't a clear opinion of that guy from the crew. Like they seemed to really distrust him.
They did seem to distrust him. I agree, and I thought for reasons, but there were no reasons to distrust him, as it turns out.
Which makes it offensive.
Indeed.
Yes.
Number 4, woman waving her wean in a war zone. You don't do that.
Wean.
W-E-E-N for wean. What's the proper spelling for wean?
W-E-A-N, and it means a baby. This woman, this woman who they're trying to figure out, they can't figure out, heads or tails of this woman, and she's got a baby with her, and she goes out into the war zone to like try to pick up Tyler or whoever somebody gets shot, and she goes over to help. She's got a baby in her arms, right in the crosshairs. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Nobody would
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
Number 5, and this is one of my favorites in a while. Bullet begat side-boob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this the lady that we're talking about, her character's name is Janet, gets grazed by a bullet, and that means that they have to pull her shirt up to show you her bra and how fit her torso is.
Mhm.
Really, for no other reason than they're like, you know what? There's no boobs in this movie.
Well, also there was nobody else with a toned torso in the entire film. When
That's
you
what it was.
like you watch Marvel movies, which you could listen to our segment later, but
Yeah.
you need like an average person to like keep you grounded in reality. And there was just so much flab. You needed someone with abs to like
You did.
reel it in.
You had to see him, yeah. Bring us back to the real world.
Yeah.
All right, number 6, dangerous documentarian diversion. So they pretend that Janet is the woman who was waving her wean when they distract the jihadist with her as like a diversion,
Right.
which
Yeah.
like she would just get shot and die. It's ridiculous
Right.
and offensive.
Yeah.
And then I have one more before I ask for mentions. This is number 7, celebratory corpse captures. So at the very end, when everybody's dead, we're all celebrating, and she's taking pictures of all the dead bodies.
Yes, she
High
has.
five in the crew. It's unbelievable.
Mhm.
You guys got anything you want to mention?
Steven Seagal's like Louisiana accent that did not serve a single purpose for the movie.
He does. He likes to pull that one out. I think he
Yeah.
thinks he does it well.
Yeah, he does. He does that.
Who's he think he is? Tommy Wiseau? Come on, Wiseau is from New
Yeah.
Orleans.
The Big Easy.
And for the Big Apple. I don't think that's what you mean. All right, let's throw it to your ad read, Rob.
Going to Ponderosa.
Here I am, just like Bill Cosby in the new movie Leonard Part 6, on yet another secret mission. Arriving, I enter cautiously. Then I see it.
Now get a Leonard Part 6 mini spy camera at Ponderosa for only 99 cents with any purchase.
All right.
Hi, Leonard.
Rob's ad read.
There's a family feeling at Ponderosa.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Hot Dogs at 3 a.m. No joke, no punchline, just a sweet, salty symphony of giving up during your darkest hour. New flavors to consider: cheese-filled chicken sausage, New Jersey Taylor ham, and gun. Hot Dogs at 3 a.m. The diversion you need when everybody in your life has failed you. Save your proof of purchase, and we'll put a pillow over your face while you're sleeping and make it look like an accident. Like anyone's going to pay for a post-mortem investigation anyway, you miserable sack of shit. Try it with room temp Hormel.
Sweet. All right, Rob.
Yikes.
I just want to use the words of a YouTube commenter from before.
Yeah.
You okay, man?
No, why?
Okay. All right. No, just the gun flavored, glizzy.
That's going on the right up.
All right. Test number 4, the worst dialogue.
The worst dialogue.
Some really bad dialogue.
You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
I'm going to be really sad when we retire that bumper.
Seriously, we're gonna have to reuse it at some point.
Yep.
This is where I come in to defend myself on picking this movie, because the dialogue and acting in this movie are
Abysmal.
unbelievably bad. You can check out more with Bob's trailer that he posts. Where, Rob?
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on Spotify and YouTube and Google Play.
Yeah.
Back to you, Chris.
Slowly caress that subscribe button if you don't mind. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
All right, back to it. This is number
5.
This is Man's Best.
Why are you doing this for me?
I don't know, man. You kind of remind me of my little brother. He always tried to do his best. I'm just doing mine.
He's gone now.
Yeah, there's a storm.
Sorry, my best wasn't good enough.
If a man does his best, what else is there?
It's the Brian Eno-esque soundtrack that does it for me.
Oh man, nothing I love more than Seagal trying too hard. It's just the best. It's too bad we didn't get to see him run in this one,
or type,
or type.
Yeah.
We did. You know what we did get to see him do though? I don't know if I put this in the catch-all, but you remember when he goes in and he finds the radio and he radios over like, "Hey, this is dog bite to beeline or whatever," and he's holding the pistol sideways, but he's not looking out the door. He's not looking where the pistol is pointing.
Yeah.
he's just got it held at the door. It's oh my god, it's beautiful. I wish we had a way for me to share the screenshot that I took. It would take me a little while to find it, so whatever.
Right.
Number
4. Yarg.
Okay, Bob, this one's for you. This is Dog Bite.
Battlers, this is Dog Bite. We're still in a heavy fighter fight. Position, Charlie. Playtime is over. I say again, playtime is definitely over. When you enter the field, bypass Foxtrot Street and head directly to the city square. Say again, city square. We're on the southwest corner. Gents, give us as much firepower as you've got so we can get this package on the mix. Over there!
That guy in the background is like,
I was hoping somebody would catch that. It's so awesome. Yeah, that's a little bit of the mumbo jumbo they give you, the military mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty more. There's going to be one in the worst acting. I think it's literally the thing that was captured by Bob in his trailer that you can check out on our TikTok and our Instagram. But for now, here's some more with number
3.
This is,
This is Dog Bite. How copy, over?
Dog Bite, beeline. Solid copy. Send it.
Beeline. Dog Bite is at Delta. I say again, Dog Bite is at Delta. We have the personal security detail all down hard. No joy on the package. I say again, no joy on the package. Last chance is Echo. Oscar Mike there now.
Oscar Mayer.
Dog Bite, copy all. Standing by.
What is joy
Oscar
on the
Mayer
package?
I thought he said Oscar Mayer like the first 20 times.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, but no joy in the package is pretty damn funny.
I think what that means is the package is the person they're rescuing, and the no joy indicates it's not ideal.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I thought maybe the person, the subject involved is dead. But yeah, but I think you're right. I think that no congressman.
No, Rob, stop trying to make them make sense.
I'm just a man trying to make sense of the world that's been thrust upon him.
Wait, that's a bingo card moment. What do we call that? Giving movie
too much credit. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't done that in a while. I think we're too miserable and jaded.
I think we've given up.
If joy on the package is thrust upon you, then
yeah, I could use a little joy on my package right now.
Yeah,
because there is none. I feel like it shriveled up and went backwards because of this movie.
Yeah.
All right, let's throw it to number 2. This is Spine. love this.
Don't mention it, brother.
Jake,
Yeah.
I can't move my legs. I'm trying, but I can't feel anything.
You got a round notch in your spine. I stopped the bleeding, but there's really not much more I could do for now. We're gonna have to wait until some folks get here.
What will that be?
Soon, I hope, man. 119 is shot. Can't fix this damn thing. Probably we're gonna have to just wait it out.
And you check the bodies. Yes.
Drink the elixir of the wombat to boost your shots. God.
He's like, hey, I don't know, man. A 119 is down, and then they show the comms thing that's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what about that part is so funny. But then he says something grammatically incorrect. I should have just remembered, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Seagal, of course, fixed the guy's spine.
Yes.
Of course he did. You know, he
fucking
stopped
good,
the
man.
bleeding. He's so good.
We're not dealing with the student. We're dealing with the professor, Chris.
Well, it's amazing that you said that, Rob. You know why?
Why?
Because in clip number
1, Daddy.
we find out just how good he is.
Right.
You know what? Fuck it.
This is $60.
Man, what kept you, Vic? You still sore about that $50?
Nope. And 60.
Oh, you gonna be like that now? After all the times I saved your life.
All the times you saved my life?
That's what people say.
Yeah, right. And you don't call no more.
What?
You know why? We done broke the comms and all this excitement.
Yeah, well, it was a very long day, brother.
You know what? When you get a minute someday, you're gonna have to tell me about it.
After you pay me my $60.
With the fucking Friday
Where's
Night
Cam?
Lights in the background.
Yep, there. Yeah.
He up there.
Sergeant Chandler,
Yes, ma'am.
are you really as good as they all say you are?
Every once in a while.
The fucking like explosions in the sky in the background.
Yeah, right. Little pelican back there. Man, it's unbelievable. Are you really as good as they say you are? Every once in a while, ma'am.
And then
By they,
jump,
you mean me, yes.
they do like that Breakfast Club like jump and pause midair while the credits roll and his guts just flopping out in
Yes.
the wind.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, well, there you have it. That's the dialogue I wanted to pick out, but don't worry, there's more to be had in test number 6, the worst acting. But first, we're going to throw it to Bob with test number 5, the worst production.
Hey, dirtbag. You're a lousy
Production.
I don't like lousy.
Productions.
You wasted a kid. For nothing. Now I think it's time to waste you.
All right.
If you sat through this movie, and I think only we did, then you know what the worst part of the movie is, which is everything. But I'm gonna quantify it, if that's a word that I can use for this, and call it pacing.
Pacing.
So yeah, because like I said, so it was just like one shootout scene after another, and there was no real story. But what it played like was it played like one of those like 1 hour serials like NCIS or something like that.
Yeah.
1 hour with commercials, keep in mind, right? So
Yeah.
so let's say 40 minutes of an episodic military style something. This did not need to be over 80 minutes, which it was. No commercials. And saying pacing is the problem is like a nice way of saying that this movie didn't need to exist. And I'm happy the crew got paid, and I'm really happy that
fair.
There's a collection of people that made a living off of this, but my goodness, the product just stinks.
It's god
And
awful.
The craft services, they had a midday crawfish boil at noon every single day.
They sure did. So, Bob, you want to just put that under pacing?
Yeah.
Yeah, pacing it was definitely a problem because I just kept finding myself getting like distracted. It's kind of like when you're reading a boring book and then you realize you've gone through 2 pages and you don't know what you read.
Yes.
Like I had to rewind because I literally had no idea what just happened in this movie.
A couple times I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I realized I missed nothing.
Yeah.
True. Too true. All right, let's see how bad the acting in this one is in test number 6. The worst acting.
This is where the law stops. And I start.
Acting badly.
Hooray.
All right, number
1.
This is Narked.
Hey, sir, stay calm. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey, we're here to help you, okay?
Beat up, but still breathing. We will be moving the Foxtrot 3 for exfil. 7 packs, and we need a dock on the bird. How copy, over?
Dogbite, beeline, copy all. No birds available at this time. Exfil will be ground. Meet the Vicks at Foxtrot 3. They are rolling now.
Beeline, that is a piss poor option. I say again, piss poor option. We have a priority package. Can we get a bird?
Negative, Dogbite. No air authorized on this one. ETA on the Vicks is 5 mics. Call sign Rattler.
Copy, Beeline. We'll talk about this later. Break. Overwatch. Be advised. We are Oscar Mike to Foxtrot 3 for ground exfil. I say again, ground exfil. Cover our move and join the party once you have eyes on the incoming Vic. How copy, over?
Oh, hang on. There's dust being kicked up by something on the back street to your right as you come out.
Roger that. We'll come out with the package when ride is confirmed.
What the fuck was their obsession with this mumbo jumbo bullshit?
So much.
It's unintelligible. I'm not even
Meyer.
sure that a service person could make the heads or tails of that. I said heads or tails twice. Don't do it again, Chris. I don't understand it at all, which is bad if you want me to understand your movie.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Hamstring.
Ham.
But your timing's off. Maybe in a couple of days.
Can't believe this. You're deliberately hamstringing me, Colonel. Why?
Nobody is hamstringing anybody. It's simply not safe outside the wire right now.
That's ridiculous. This is a war zone. It's never going to be safe.
Look, you may have finagled your way onto this combat outpost, and you may be Admiral Willett's niece, but none of that buys you a ride outside this wire. It's just too damn dangerous.
I'll have you know I was embedded with Cheyenne at Obamagad.
Yeah, and 3 soldiers were killed on that ride alone.
So you're saying I'm some kind of jinx? Is that it? You're saying I got those men killed?
I'm not saying anything of the kind. Here's what I am saying. You are not going outside my wire. End of discussion.
I see. So you are hamstringing me.
So I did a quick Google search. I try to limit those because I like to keep the natural conversation going, but the clip was playing. Hamstringing is a method of crippling a person or animal so that they cannot walk properly by severing the hamstring tendons in the thigh of the individual. It's used as a method of torture or to incapacitate the victim.
Damn.
I think she's exaggerating this a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
But he totally was hamstringing her.
Totally.
Yeah, he wouldn't let her go outside the wire, and I don't understand why.
My favorite part of that scene is at the end, which you can't hear. Maybe it's in the YouTube clip. He starts walking away from her. She starts snapping photos of the back of his head.
She did so much unnecessary photo taking. She is just so bad at her job. There's actually a segment that I had like set aside for clipping, but after I filtered through what I thought was appropriate, I didn't select that one. She's just in the background taking pictures of nothing.
Yeah.
like the dirt and the truck. And it's like, what the fuck do you think you're going? You think you're going to get on like Time magazine for this one? It's like, there's no material you're snapping pictures of. But as bad as she was, I thought Dale Dye, the guy that plays Jackson, like Colonel or Captain Jackson or whatever was as bad as they come.
He was so funny. Oh my god, he was so
Oh,
bad funny.
so fucking bad. All right, let's.
And like they said on that one YouTube video, he's so fucking old.
Well, I have a theory for that. We'll that's a little foreshadowing for you. I'll get into that in the catch-all.
Nice.
Here is number 3. This is Congressman.
Congressman. It's okay. It's okay. You're safe. You're safe. I'm Sergeant First Class Mosby. I was leading the rescue team this morning, sir. It's okay. It's okay. Relax, relax. Congressman. Sir, I need to know what happened in Madabak. Sir, was it an ambush or was it something else, sir? Congressman.
You're not gonna get anything out of him, Vic. He's been on the hard stuff for a while.
God damn it.
I heard him talking before he passed out. He's rambling.
What'd you hear him say?
He said a name, 2 or 3 times. Abdul Abad.
Abdul Azimabad?
I love the background.
Yeah.
Oh.
I could tell that's Bob couldn't hold himself together in that clip because the guy, the congressman in the background's like, whoa. It's like a touching scene in Gladiator where there's like that woman in the background like, Congressman is adding like depth to the scene with his like abdominal pain from being narked up or whatever. Yeah, the dude who gives him the rabbit's foot is also actually really bad. Like it's hard though. I will give him credit. It's hard to act like you're falling asleep because the director wants him to fall asleep while delivering the line.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have him on drugs, but if ever I've fallen asleep, and I have sleep apnea, so I can fall asleep like right now. You guys are lucky I haven't during the podcast, but I could because I have bad sleep apnea, and I've never fallen asleep mid-sentence like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. It must be some hard drugs they've got him on to like help him recover his eyeballs. I don't know.
I just don't sleep. It's easier.
That's true.
Rob
is always messaging me at like 2 in the morning.
I just wait till my body. I just wait till my body forces me to shut down, and then I get a couple winks. You know.
Like I just won't admit to the fact that I'm also still awake, watching mountain monsters.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun journey.
Yes, it is. We'll tell you more later. Number 4. This is Small War.
Conrad, go back to the other vehicle and go get her some food and water.
What?
You found your way onto this mission. Now you're part of it. Now move your ass. Let's go. Sergeant Jennings?
Yeah,
Your nickname is Detroit because you go with cars, right?
that's the rumor.
All right, well, get your butt under this deuce and a half. Find the problem so we can get the hell out of here.
I'm on it.
I help you. Bashir? Why didn't you tell us about her?
Sergeant, there are many like her. I didn't think it was of any real importance. All I could think of was helping Mr. Tyler.
Now, is there anything else that you have failed to mention to me?
No, sir. I'm very sorry.
Wow. There's enough gas and ammo in here to blow us all to hell.
Or start a small war.
If you're on a questionable mission and you stumble upon like a refugee or a fugitive, and there's enough explosions to like fucking kill you, and you might be a sitting duck in front of it, wouldn't you talk with just the slightest amount of urgency when there's enough ammunition in here to fucking kill us all? Like,
By the way,
unbelievable.
that was Rob Van Dam, the wrestler, not Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's the other Van Damme.
It's the other Van Damme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, and you've said this before about movies where it's the end of the world scenario, and they're just like, what was that, Moonfall? I think.
Yeah.
They were just like chilling in the thing out in space, just like making.
We have 28 minutes to launch, or we're all gonna fucking die. Okay, let's walk slowly down the corridor and find suits so we.
Well, we have to time it perfectly.
Yeah.
Might as well walk. Too true. I want to say about Sergeant Mosby. He is no TLJ when it comes to delegating.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah.
He's absolutely not the delegator that Tommy Lee Jones would have been in that role. Just saying, guys, you missed out. I know you don't have the budget for it, and you didn't have to pay Seagal anything because this was his idea. So you didn't have the budget for TLJ, but had you had him, the delegating there would have been much, much better. All right, let's throw it back to Bob for our segment, Fact or No Fact, which is always a lot of fun.
Fact. No fact. Fact. No fact.
Hooray.
I had no clever title for Fact or No Fact this week because all I could think of was Sniper, and it just made me mad. But this is a Steven Seagal themed Fact or No Fact. Go figure.
All right.
Wait, Bob, can we special plops?
Oh, please. Please. Special plop. Yes. I call it Sniper Special Plops. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, so Fact or No Fact is a segment that we have where our two other hosts, Chris and Rob, have to guess which of these things is a lie.
Yes.
Because they all sound like facts. Especially when they're all exactly derogatory, demeaning towards Steven Seagal. So
yes, the best.
1 through 5. Number 1, though Steven Seagal is the only one on the poster and is top billed, he only appears in the movie for 10 minutes. Okay, number 2, Steven Seagal had 2 crew members help him during the most physical scenes, like, walking or getting up out of a chair.
Okay.
Okay, number 3, shooting had to be stopped because Seagal kept oversleeping in his trailer, delaying production. Number 4, shooting had to be stopped many times whenever Seagal was demanding food.
Which means one of those is true.
Number 5, shooting had to be stopped for air brakes when a member of the cast carried an oxygen balloon for Seagal for him to use after scenes in which he had to do some effort.
Right, so we're looking for one lie, Bob?
Yes.
God damn it, dude.
That's amazing. I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead. I can't stop laughing.
Okay, so during the most physical scene, there's one scene I almost texted you guys during, but like whenever I watch it on Google Drive on my phone and I close the window and go back in, I have
What
to,
do
like,
you what do you
restart
do
it
with your
sometimes.
phone? Because I kind of like the way it looks.
I don't know, like that.
Yeah, the one hand underneath and the
Yeah,
it kind of looks nice.
But there is one scene when Steven Seagal's character is carrying the guy up the stairs.
Okay.
It clearly obscures his face, which leads me to believe. I was going to say, did he have a fucking stunt double for carrying it? Which is something we could all probably do. Just carry like someone that weighs about the same as us. In his case, someone who weighs considerably less than him up the stairs.
We've definitely all done the mattress up the stairs.
Yeah. So I don't know how many crew members, but like I believe that to be true. I don't know how much screen time he had.
It was 2 crew members.
Yeah, so 2 crew members, but I'm not sure. So what I'm saying is that could have been one of the 2, or he could have had many more. So I'm hung up on the number 2. Is what I'm saying. I mean, he didn't have much screen time, so 10 minutes. It's a matter of, is it exactly 10 minutes, or do you have 12 minutes, or do you have 15 minutes? That's where I'm getting hung up on. Now, he kept sleeping in his trailer, stopped whenever he demanded food, and they had to stop for air breaks so he could huff on an oxygen balloon after stressing. I'm going to say the lie is the food demand, because that's just funny, and that's something we'd all make up to make fun of him. And I think Bob is not above doing that. Like,
you know what,
just like
Rob,
Chris and I are not above doing that.
Absolutely not. And I agree with you so much. I'm okay with you going first. I'm okay with you. No, I'm not going to double down, but in a sense I am, because I'm going to go with number 5. Stop for air brakes, because I believe that he would have stopped for eating. I believe that he would have stopped to keep sleeping. I believe that he might need 2 crew members. I think he was in the movie only for 10 minutes or so. But the thing that Chef Taylor and I noticed when I showed him a couple clips is that Seagal seemed like he was out of air when he was delivering lines, which is fucking nuts. But I believe that Bob also felt that way. And I believe that that is what inspired him to come up with the line that he actually needed oxygen during breaks. So I'm going to go with number 5.
I think this is the second week in a row where the movie had so little information online, but there was one source that had all the goodies. And
it was Greg Sestero.
And that's where I got all this stuff from. Speaking of which, Sestero's movie is coming into spooky season for votes, by the way. It's the more I think about it, the more I hate it. Anyway.
Okay, I think the 3 of us, when it comes to spooky season next month, should just agree to do it. Like, we should agree to just do hard ticket to Hawaii the week after next.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
So, you're both right. Seagal was in the movie for only 10 minutes.
Nice.
Even though he was top billed and all that shit. And I was telling my son about this. He said, was he like at the beginning more or at the end more? I'm like, actually, he was the beginning, the middle, and the end. They spaced it out perfectly.
He was the alpha and the omega.
I'll give you 3 and a third minutes in the beginning, middle, and end.
He was in Act 1, 2, and 3. Wow. Okay. Yes, he had 2 crew members help him during his physical scenes.
Nice. I was worried about that.
Which was, like walking or getting up out of a chair.
Yeah.
I made up. Here's the one I made up. I made up number 3.
No,
he was not oversleeping in his trailer. That's the one I completely made up.
Damn. Which means
that means he did stop for food breaks, and he did stop for air breaks.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I have a bonus fact. Okay, here's the bonus fact. Director Olin Ray said that one time when he was talking to Seagal didn't answer, and he thought Seagal was dead because he wasn't moving, and his dark sunglasses blocked his eyes.
Oh shit! He went McConnell on him.
Did you notice he has sunglasses on except for the very last frame?
Yeah. When he took them off for the photo.
Yeah. No, for the for the photo. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm stealing from my catch-all here, but Rob Van Dam, the wrestler, when he does the photo, he goes like this, which like he does, that's his wrestling pose. He like does this like look at me thing, like So that's why he did that. It was to like call to his like wrestling.
Oh God.
He was so fucking bad in this movie too. I wish I clipped him a little bit more. He was in there a little bit, but
I don't understand how those 2 got top billing. That's so crazy.
They had the most cachet, I think.
There was a budget. They needed to do a film for a write-off, and they were both available.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam probably had just been fired from WWE for smoking too much weed, because that's what he was the champion of. He was like the heavyweight champion and smoked a whole bunch of weed and like got caught, and then
damn.
Yeah, and then they were like, okay, we don't tolerate that.
Van Dam.
Yeah, that's puts the dam in Van Dam. Well said, Bob. All right, let's throw it to the catch-all.
Now it's time for the catch-all. The doors suck.
They do. Lame military radio chatter opening.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Volcano when they open it with like news reporters.
And they overlap, so you get engaged in that sentence for like a split second, and then like another thing interrupts it.
You got it, that takes over your attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did Jake, who is Seagal, I'm Seagiggling at myself. Why did Seagal shoot the bad guy's canteen first in the beginning?
Also,
if he's so good,
the guy, how was he holding the canteen in such a way that one, the bullet wouldn't go through his fingers holding the other side of the canteen, or two, it wouldn't get shot out of his hand because he was barely holding it?
Extra true.
I wanted to show you how good he was.
Future.
That was intent on Seagal's part. You know.
He knew exactly where on the canteen it wouldn't.
There was
force
no
it out
reason
of
to shoot that first. It was all. Oh, God damn
it. Papa's so bad. He's so pissed. Dead body with hand in the air. Very unnatural. When they discovered the no joy on the package people, one of the women.
It was like a teenage woman. It's like the skinniest hand and arm.
Yeah, it was crazy small. That's true. Why did the terrorists set up a trap with the actual congressman?
Yeah, you think they would have had like a decoy congressman or something?
Don't we all? I've got one in case I need him. You know, it's like Maddox and his backup wallet.
Exactly.
The old gun changing shoulders trick by Seagal. He's walking through the streets with his assault rifle, and he's looking over one shoulder like you would, the one that you're shooting from. But then he decides he's going to look around the other corner, so he switches the gun over and looks over that corner, which no one ever does anywhere ever. But he's so good that he's just as effective with his left trigger finger as he is his right, I suppose. Sergeant Vic has long hair. That's not a thing, right?
No.
In the military, they don't allow you to do that. You have to have like one of our hairstyles, guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
So, yes, for combat, yeah. So you don't get like grabbed, right?
Tangled up in something, yeah. Janet has perfect makeup in this war zone.
Perfect side boob too, as we addressed earlier.
And perfectly white teeth, as I noticed.
That's true. All of these things, unrealistic, but appreciated, I suppose.
Yeah.
Why does the guy who went half blind pass out mid-sentence, I said, which I kind of said earlier, so I'll just keep going. 350-pound soldier, a commenter on YouTube said that.
Yeah.
You're not allowed long hair, but you're also not allowed long fat.
Yeah.
Wrong Van Damme. They billed him because they thought everybody would be tricked by the 1M, not the MME. It's not Jean-Claude, but they thought they'd get people in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janet is exactly who Vic thought she was. This was almost a most offensive, but Vic Mosby, the sergeant, is like, let me guess. And then he describes her.
Yeah.
But to a T. She's like, yep, I am all those things. I am like a Harvard graduate. I am a product of nepotism. I am only here because the admiral is my uncle or whatever. You know, it's like you thought that she would be like, yeah, but blah, 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 and explain why she has credentials or whatever.
Yeah.
I wrote, I'm zoning out. So I just put that in. Aggressive Call of Duty of video game music does not an action movie make.
No.
Yeah.
She's excited to take pictures of what? Because she's excited the whole movie and she's taking pictures. We kind of touched on this before, but I'm actually asking, what of the Warzone bullshit that she actually managed to take a picture of is she going to sell anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue. To give a gun to a journalist, she's going to want a rocket launcher. You give her a rocket launcher, she's going to want a tank. You give her a tank, she's going to want to be a captain.
Women, right?
You know? Yeah, unbelievable. Give them an inch. Seagal is sitting down again after grabbing the med pack.
Yeah.
We mentioned already very many times that sitting down is all he does in this fucking movie because he's so fat and useless.
He slowly waddles out to grab like guns off a corpse and slowly waddles back.
Yes, which is why I called him Sneakin' Seagal.
He was actually looking for granola bars, but all he could find was guns.
And they better be chewy.
He just wanted a Nature's Valley.
It never looks like anyone is shooting at anything in particular, which I love.
No.
I love when that happens in movies. They had the balls to kill off Tyler. Can you believe it? They killed somebody. Yeah. It was the guy Tyler who they just met and didn't develop at all because they didn't have the stones to kill any important character, which made the movie less fun than it could have been. Seagal's view of the street, which I'm thinking that I'm going to have to adjust this catch-all here, but Seagal's view of the street is now on the second floor, meaning that he dragged his spotter up some stairs. I don't remember the scene, but it must have happened because, Rob, you remember a scene where, but I said a couple times I zoned out, so
it's a passing scene where he's carrying the guy up the stairs slowly, but like the guy is blocking Seagal's face, so at least I believe it's a stunt person. Yeah,
I have no doubt. One of his two assistants. I just need more Seagal walking around with guns because that was, in my opinion, the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah,
because not only
the funniest part.
It's definitely, but when he changes shoulders, we mentioned when he's pointing the gun in a direction he's not looking, we mentioned, but we didn't mention the very wild, erratic-looking pointing. You know how when you're a soldier, you're supposed to like clear the area and make sure, so you're supposed to point your rifle in the direction of anyone who might be anywhere. Seagals are so erratic, it's hilarious.
When you're that good, though.
True.
He's fucking great.
He's considering more things than I am.
Speaking of walking,
I
found a way to describe his walk. Have you ever been like way too drunk, but you're trying to walk as if you're not way too drunk?
Of course. Yeah.
Did it pause? You there?
Oh no, I'm good.
Sorry,
you good?
I locked up for a second.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good. But like like you stand up and like you have to go to the bathroom. You're just kind of like.
Shit. Walk normal. Yeah.
That's what, like you're at like a family function and you're like too far in the bag and you didn't mean to, but like that's his walk. Just like that knowing like, oh shit.
Yes.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
Fair. Rob, I was hoping you were gonna bust out the Jar Jar, but we'll leave that to another.
Save that for another episode.
Yeah. They needed a really old general. This I said I was going to mention, but they needed a really old general to make Sniper Seagal seem younger.
Yes,
it's just true. They needed like a 90-year-old Dale Dye to play, Captain Jackson. Yeah. So that Seagal, who's like 52, with jet black dyed goatee and 400 pounds, doesn't seem too strange. I'm zoning out again because I really just wrote it down every time that I was. All right, let's liven things up a little bit. Not always do we have a clip in the catch-all, but this time we do. This is just going to be some fun. This is scholarship.
How?
Very amusing, Sergeant.
Well, just like I figured. Educated in the States.
4 years liberal arts scholarship. You?
4 years. High school. All right. Have your men put their weapons on the ground. Put their hands behind their head. And we'll get this whole matter all wrapped up. Nobody gets hurt.
You truly are a very funny man.
Well, your daughter-in-law sure seems to think so. And what a handsome grandson you have. Yep. He has your eyes all right.
He is very dear to me. My only son Amir was killed not too long ago. Very tragic.
And do you think your son Amir would approve of you whipping Jada?
She made some
bad decisions.
See, a common thing in Middle Eastern conflict in movies is they use the Locrian mode, which is a minor 7 flat 5 scale.
Yes.
That can resolve to the tonic, but using that flat 5th really brings a lot of tension.
The flat 5th always. When you're in an arid environment, I feel the flat 5th is essential. You want to give the could there be a what do they call those, a mirage, like an oasis in the future, or is it a true oasis? If you want that feel, which is it kind of feel, you got to go flat 5th. I agree with you, Rob. Yeah. Totally. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I love that.
Are you on the Rob payroll? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I zoned out this time.
Oh no. I was just speaking. I'm not even sure what I said. That Sergeant Mosby.
Did you zone out again?
I try not to. But this movie just has a way. The Sergeant Mosby can really guess about people.
For a high school dropout or whatever, he's pretty on it.
He's fucking
like
good
I said,
at that.
Is it most offensive that he said your grandson's handsome and he has your beautiful eyes?
Is he suggesting that he isn't?
I mean, sounds like he wants to go with Detective Jarvis on that kid.
Oh no. South Park reference bingo card. You got a couple this week.
Yeah.
Take a shot. We said South Park. I also love that he is guilty of being a student of the Americas. He did 4 years for liberal arts.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
What is impressive about that? I have a liberal arts associate.
The most impressive thing about a 4-year liberal arts degree is
how much
tens
you owe.
of thousands of dollars of debt that will straddle you down until your mid 40s to 50s.
No kidding.
As we are all currently experiencing.
I do have a theory for why he said he did 4 years of liberal arts, though. It's so that Mosby can come back with the 4 years high school line, just like double it back. All Out War was Vic's plan to not fire a shot, apparently, because Vic said, we have leverage or whatever. Sorry, something just fell over there. We have leverage. We don't have to fire a shot because we've got the grandson of the guy, but then they like kill every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is where I realized Seagal is on the exact same block, on the exact same set as 15 minutes into the movie. So it was all a one-day shoot, and normally you would obscure, something about the scene if you're going to do that, so it doesn't look exactly the same, but it's literally exactly the same. And you can say maybe it's a sniper's nest. That's where he was at. That's the best place in the town. Just do something to obscure it, and you don't have to know it. I'm telling you, it's somewhere at 15 minutes. You can watch this free on Tubi. I'll say that on our trailer. You can watch this movie free on Tubi. Don't do it. Don't watch this. Just listen to us make fun of it. At 15 minutes and change, and at 118 minutes and change, Seagal is at exactly the same place with the exact same camera angle. If you don't ever do that, even if you want to say it's the same sniper's nest, you're giving us the same visual. And I only noticed that because I go through the clips, but it's the same fucking thing.
The same Mapco in the background and everything. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Nobody there to advise the military style of combat. You got to get somebody in. All the space movies we've done, they've had some NASA engineer giving them tips. I'm willing to bet that Dale Dye doesn't have any actual combat experience. So.
Yeah,
old as he is.
Go figure.
Seagal assault rifle sniping homemade C4 bombs from the rooftop was superb.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Even though I saw this 2 days ago,
they showed Rob Van Dam as Vasquez laying down little cell phone bombs all over the city, and Seagal was looking out the window when he did that, so he can see somehow, even though he can only see one alleyway, he can see all the bombs that were planted. And when he goes up to his sniper nest, he's able to one-shot each one of them in sequence. It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. He's fucking good, man.
It was like a title of the movie coming to life. Sniper.
Yeah, that was his special op. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to mention anything before we throw it to Rob's Magic Marvel Corner?
I have a trope.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
All fatalities except for Americans.
That's the truth, except for Tyler.
There were a couple. There were like, I think 3 American fatalities, but the rest of them were wounded. Everyone else was killed first shot.
Yeah. I forgot about Doc, I think his name was.
Yeah, whoever at the beginning. The big guy with the muscles.
The Jack dude, yeah, Doc. He's the one that said that the congressman was narked up.
Yes.
But otherwise, I don't know. Some other dude.
2 things. Didn't we see another movie with a rabbit's foot as part of like a plot mechanism?
I have no doubt.
I want to say like Soldier with Kurt Russell or like one of those movies where like that's my lucky rabbit's foot. But I might be mistaken. It was just some other bad movie I just watched outside of the show.
I think you're right. It might have been Soldier.
I don't know if it was Soldier or was it Hackers. No, it wasn't Hackers.
Nah, it was definitely an action movie. And then the second thing I had to say is when you are that high up ranking in the military and you disobey a direct order and like go on a side quest and then kill like a fucking like foreign diplomat of sorts, isn't that like treason because you could inadvertently set off like a proxy war through your actions that fucks up your whole entire military operation that you're there for in the first place?
I feel like it's at least not treason, but
it's dishonorable, though, right?
Dishonorable.
Yeah, you would be court-martialed. I agree with that.
Yeah. Like, what if you kill that guy and then
the same shades?
Well, they do look very similar. Actually, the ones in the that I have in the front are probably exactly those.
Ooh. Hi, Chris. Ooh, that's like those are like 5mm opaque beige. Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, that'd be really freaky if I opened up the blind and there you were.
Bob is staring through the slats.
All right, let's throw it to Rob's Magic Marvel Corner.
Rob's Magic
Smash
Marvel
Big monster
Movie
Let's go.
Corner.
Fine.
You know how you asked me earlier if I was okay after reading my ad read that vaguely suggested that this hot dog's actually a gun so you can commit suicide? It's because I watched Captain Marvel. Which was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
It's
worse
bad.
than this.
I'd like to go first so that we can build more anticipation for Bob.
Okay.
His questions are funnier anyway. I'm waiting for his permission.
I said, okay.
So you want me to go first?
No, I want to go first.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck you, Bob. How do you feel about the alien species being named Krees and Skrulls? What would you name them if not Omnicrons or Shotgun Blasts?
Umlaut or...
Fuck.
I don't know. It sounded like they were borrowing from Guardians of the Galaxy, but they had different names in that one. So, like, I don't know. I didn't feel anything after watching this movie.
I guess humans isn't that creative either.
Yeah.
I mean, we did name we're the only species to name ourselves, correct? So, as far as I know, but like, imagine if we named ourselves Krees or
They sound
Skrulls.
like the Nestle Wonka brand like snack line of like treats.
Yeah.
like Nerds Rope, like and like the Gobstoppers and all that. No.
Yeah, then the everlasting scroll Krees.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Bob.
All right, so mine have nothing to do with the movie because I didn't watch it. Brie Larson.
Okay.
I like her. I think
Me
she's
too.
a decent actress. Was she any good in this?
She's as good as the script allowed her to be. I find her attractive because she looks kind of like she's like Amy Poehler if her face wasn't smashed in with a shovel. If that makes sense. Like same facial structure, but not like a dog. So she has that going for her.
Don't
Oh my
at her.
God.
Do not at her.
I think we should. I think we might.
So what I'm saying is I think she's charming.
Right. Okay. I'll go with number 2. Do you feel like the shield is badass or kind of pointless?
Kind of pointless. I guess
Why?
we'll find out. Well, because I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we watch the Marvels when that comes out, like in a year or whatever. I don't. I kind of tapered off. I zoned out a little bit in the third act, so I'm not 100% sure. The only good part about this movie, which I'll wait till you ask your question because it might come up later. But
okay.
Well, it won't come up in my questions. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
Has Samuel L. Jackson been in every MCU movie so far?
No.
Close, but not. No, because I don't think he was in the Spider-Man ones.
He might.
I only saw
I don't know.
Homecoming so far. So, but he anything that overlaps with the Avengers Initiative, he's in because he's like the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., which spearheaded the Avengers Initiative. It was cool. This is what I was about to say was my favorite part of the movie. Young, they like de-aged him. I don't know if it was just makeup or CGI, but he was like a young Nick Fury, like pre eye patch, I think. So like,
yeah, it is cool. It takes place in like 95, I think.
Yeah, so like, I like that aspect because he's just good. He could, because I feel like whether or not the script is good or bad, they still typecast that one specific role for him specifically.
Right.
So he always just brings the goods and does what you expect him to do, and it's always just there's a certain level of consistency across his filmography that he's just known for.
Other than Snakes.
That was a great movie.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess we'll never do it on the pod. Absolutely, we will. Okay, my number 3 is big question, Rob.
Yeah.
For a movie that's not that bad, why is it so bad?
That's the thing. Like, the premise wasn't terrible. Like, she has amnesia. She's on like an alien planet, but like she has a whole history of being like a pilot that she doesn't remember. Like, kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like they just dropped the ball in the first act and just never recovered it. It could have been compelling, but also it's just like, I don't know, Captain Marvel.
I almost asked you about the name, but I already did the Screes and Crowls thing.
Well, in the third act, they make that joke where she's like, it's Marvel, it's not Marvel. Like, and it's like, okay. And then Stan Lee's like, where's my coffee? Or whatever the fuck he does in every single movie.
Yeah, right. Even the X-Men movies that aren't, I mean, they might be canon now that they're mixing the X-Men in, but he's in the X-Men movies that came out in like the early 2000s.
Oh, really? Okay.
With Hugh Jackman, yeah.
Those were pre-MCU.
Yeah.
'Cause that kicked off with Iron Man in 2008. So,
right.
So all that, I don't know if it's within like their lore, but I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep trucking on this bit to find out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep going.
Well, I think I know the answer to this question. I hope I know the answer to this question. My question is, as bad as this is it worse than Sniper Special Ops?
No. We went into Sniper Special Ops knowing it was dog shit. I went into this with like a coin toss expectation based on what I've seen throughout like the 20 films I've watched so far. Going like, it's gonna be good or bad. It was severely disappointing, but at the same time, I also went into it not really expecting much because who the fuck's Captain Marvel? I'm not like.
And because Chad Smith, who has every reason to like everything comic book, said this movie is so bad he won't join us this week.
Yeah, so let's call it a draw, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Okay,
nice.
Let's move it on to bad credit names then.
Sure.
I'm the Freak. The Phantom Freak? The King of 9X?
Bad credit names.
Alright, wait. How about the Master of Disaster, huh? You're hopeless, man. Utterly hopeless. Ultra Laser. Dr. Doom. Orwell's here now. He's living large. We have no names, man. No names. We are nameless. Can you score, Fry?
Dale Dye. Said it a few times.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it.
Vic Winters Junko.
Nice.
Daniel Brothers.
Okay.
Oh.
It's not the Daniel Brothers, it's Daniel Brothers. Dave Moorman.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, that's unfortunate. Clay Van Sickle.
Ew.
Okay.
And Jack Francisco.
That's the worst.
Yeah. I don't know why. That was my winner.
It sounds like
I thought it
a
was funny.
third-rate Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world
is Jack Francisco?
Jack Francisco. All right, offensive minigame.
Oh, right.
The
Okay, this is a story about my mom and dad.
offensive
White and one was black, and I bet you think you're glad.
mini game.
My skin is very tan.
Right.
Leaving a little bitch boy behind for an elephant's journey. Or sweaty skinnies, dry Seagal.
Offensive wise,
Leaving little bitch behind, right?
yeah,
I
leaving
have to
bitch
say-
boy.
I have to
Okay.
say child neglect is probably worse, even though the other one did bother me quite a bit.
Okay.
And was really funny.
Yeah, definitely it was. Face fucking fruit. Or bullet begat side boob.
I guess offensive. I did not like how that kid ate that orange, so I'm gonna go with face
Either.
fucking fruit.
Yeah, but side boob was what do you call it? Gratuitous. And,
Okay.
And that makes it more offensive.
All right, I'm gonna go with you on that so we can hit the bonus.
Okay.
Battle Zone baby.
All right.
Or Uncle jacking off to juveniles.
You chose fucking violence this week, dude.
I'm going in on Elephant's Journey. I want to win
I'm
this
gonna,
one.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Elephant's
say
Journey.
that. I'm gonna say that Uncle jacking off the juveniles, as you so succinctly
Yes.
put it, is probably the more offensive thing.
You think?
Bob agrees.
You really think?
Yeah. Jarvis probes.
Okay, let's throw it to the movie comparison.
Sure. Fight the real enemy.
Okay, an Elephant's Journey and a Sniper Special Ops. You just heard their offensive minigame face off. Now hear the whole movie comparison. Negative 43.4 and worse. A good score from an Elephant's Journey, but it pales in comparison to Sniper Special Ops and a negative 57.5 and worst. Pitch. Hey, a team win on Elephant's Journey. 4-3-3, but a team win. Sniper Special Ops 4-5, we decided. So nice job. We'll take that one. Offensive, Elephant's Journey wins.
Yep.
Dialogue, who wins?
For worst, I'm gonna
It's
say
so bad in both ways.
I'm gonna say Sniper Special Ops because they were trying to sound smarter than they were, and they could not pull
Yes,
it off.
the
because they
mumbo
were talking
jumbo was
about
annoying.
I
they were
agree.
talking about Oscar Mayer prize packages that had Tango
Yes.
Foxtrot Alpha AIDS or whatever.
Yeah, right. Check out the trailer, by the way. It is based on that, and it's super funny. We'll be posting that tomorrow. And check out this movie on Tubi, but don't.
Mm.
Production, character development or lack thereof for an Elephant's Journey, or pacing for Sniper Special Ops.
God, they both were equally shitty. I'm gonna say this is a wash for me. I'm gonna let Rob.
Pacing. Okay, so I would say lack of character. Because you could argue that the characters were developed in Sniper Special Ops.
Could you?
You know, I mean, they did that. What the script said, I guess.
No, they weren't.
No,
Seagal is a bayou.
So if I'm doing the Rob Scucci gun to head, which one am I gonna watch again? I would laugh my ass off watching Elephant's Journey again
Yeah.
And I would have zero entertainment watching Sniper Special Ops.
See, I feel the exact opposite. I would rather watch Sniper Special Ops just for the in the background. They were shooting shit off.
Is it a true wash then?
Yeah,
I think we'll wash production.
Yeah.
Acting. I don't know.
Elephant's Journey is by far worst.
Okay.
Journey's
All
worst
right.
acting.
Demerits, bad child actors. What do we have for Sniper Special Ops?
Bad Seagal.
Yes, just stare waddling, I guess.
Just bad actors in
How
general.
about stare waddling Seagal?
Stare waddling Seagal. Good.
I like it.
What's worse?
Seagal.
All right, that makes Steven Seagal and his Sniper Special Ops movie the worst we have this season. Not surprised.
Cool.
And next week we'll be watching.
I know Stakeout 2 fucking was a resounding failure.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see that. No one wanted to see that.
4% last time I
Fair Game got like a good 10 votes, but the majority of the votes went for Double Team with JCVD, so we get to see the Van Damme. And we get to see Dennis fucking Rodman co-star in Double Team with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Dennis
Rodman. Okay.
That is the truth. Okay, I'm going to pass it to you, Rob. Thank you so much for listening. Why don't you tell them where to find us, and then send it over to Bob for his last word.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, others. We're on all the. If you just search our podcast name, you will find a streaming platform that plays us. But you can just go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com, and you could also email us with the "Email Us You Cowards" button that we implemented last week because people don't know what envelopes are.
Yes.
And there's plenty of fun to be had. Engage with us, interact with us, vote on our polls. I think at some point we're gonna just thrust some movies upon you guys without a poll because we just want to watch a couple of them. What's that? The Hawaii
Hard
one?
Ticket to Hawaii. Although we did have a fan suggested. I don't know if we should count it because it was my father, and it wasn't through email.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll count it. I mean, we
watch
all
it.
want to see it.
We're gonna watch it at some point. I want to see it.
We'll vote. We'll vote.
Relay vote.
But next week, Double Team.
Yeah, but that's it. Any last words, Bob?
Before I give last words, I'm deathly afraid of searching for Double Team in movies.
Could we clip that? Because not only you say he's definitely afraid of searching Double Team, but he laughed in the middle. So he said, "I'm desperately afraid of goo." How do we sample that?
I'll figure it out in post.
Anyway, last words, simple. Oxygen balloon.
I'll see you next week, guys. God, fuck this movie. That's a wrap.